My name is Kainton, the Tech Pro, and today we are going to be looking at the concept of bias variance trade-off in machine learning. So this is a quite interesting topic because it actually appears in different textbooks, and also it appears one of the most important concepts you need to know in machine learning. So we are talking about bias variance trade-off, TF. So in question 18 and 19, I think 17 and 18 or 18 and 19, we discussed concept of bias and we discussed concept of variance. So now we are talking about the concept of bias variance trade-off. You remember we mentioned that the more the variance in a model, the more complex the model, and also similarly, the more the bias, the less complex the model. Therefore, the bias and the variance has an inversely proportional relationship. Let me write it a bit. We have bias, we have variance. So in case of bias, we have less complex. This is variance, more complex. Okay, so we don't want a model that is too complex so that it causes overfitting. On the other hand, we don't want a model that has very little complexity. And very little complexity means much bias, and that leads to overfitting. So we need to find a balance between the bias and the variance. This balance is called the bias variance trade-off. So I'm going to now give you an example of when the bias is too high and when variance is too high. And then we try to find the trade-off between. So let's say we have a model and we plotted some data points, right, like this. So now we are trying to fit a model through these data sets. So one thing we can do is maybe we can try to fit a model that goes on this, let's say for instance, like this. Well, this is good, but you can see that this does not actually represent the data very much. So in this case, we have much bias in this case, and that means this is a case of underfitting. Let's try another model. This time we are trying to go to simulate something like a model that has too much variance. So assuming we still have, let's try to use the same data set if I'm going to, if I can remember. Okay, so assuming we have a data set like this. So basically, if we want to draw a line through it, and then that line gets very close to the data point, maybe it starts from here, and it goes from here, touches this one, touches all the data sets, touches this one, everything. Good. So in this case, while it actually tries to touch all the data points, it is too complex, and we have a situation whereby it becomes overfitted. Overfitting occurs here. Now let's try to build a model this time that is okay, that has a bias variance trade-off. So we have, let's say we have something like this. So in this case, I could now fit a line through this model in this way. Let's say we have from here. Good. So in this case, we have something that is close to the data set, but it's not overfitted, neither is it underfitted. So here we have a situation of bias variance trade-off have been achieved. So now I'm going to show you the bias variance trade-off graph so that we'll be able to understand actually what is happening as it relates to the error. So in this case, we have the red line, the black line, and the blue. The black line represents the total error. The red line represents the bias. Normally we take the squared bias. And the blue, or is it purple, represents the variance. So let's take the red line, for example. The red line is plotting error against complexity, so it represents the bias. So as the bias comes down, the error is coming down, and the bias is also coming down. So at a point, the error starts going up. So while the bias is still coming down, becomes too biased, and the error starts increasing once again. So let's take the variance, for example. Once the variance is increasing, as you can see, and the error is coming down, variance is increasing, but at some point, the more you increase the variance, the total error increases. So it means that there is some trade-off point in this place. So this is how the bias variance trade-off works. So again, I'm going to go back to the question and answer page so this is where we came from, and this is where a clear explanation is given, a more detailed explanation of bias variance trade-off. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to thank you for viewing, and also remember to subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. If you have any questions or some comments, leave it right there in the comment box below. I like reading comments from you, and for sure, if you have any support you need, I'm going to provide it for you.